So I'm working on Ripple.fm. It's a new product that I'm spinning up right now, and and I'm also working on my Rails app template, which I'm using, and I'm continuously crafting and adding to it. And so I just added a new component for this app, and I also put it into my template. So I want to show it to you here. So this is a common pattern where we've got the main navigation over here, and then I go into this shows area, and then I'll go into it and view a single show, and then inside that we've got like a sub navigation, so a couple different views that are related to this show, right? So that's like a sub navigation. And what I had for a while there was just simple like 2-column layout, and when we drop down to mobile, it stacks. Easy enough, responsive. But I don't really like this because it's taking up a lot of screen real estate up at the top. I could do the thing where I sort of like reverse the flex direction and put this at the bottom, but then the user doesn't have easy access to navigate, right? So what I want to do is when I drop it down to mobile, I want it to become a drop-down menu. What I also want to avoid here is having to maintain the set of links in two different places. Like I don't want to have like a desktop set of links and a mobile set of links in like two different files or two different areas in my app. I want it to be one single component that just converts into a dropdown. So I built that. Let me uncomment it, and then I'll show you how it's put together here. Okay, so now when we drop down, it converts into this nice little drop-down menu. And also what's cool about it is that it also shows the active page that I'm currently viewing in here, right? So if I switch to this page, we've got that. And then we bring it back up, and it just works. So pretty nice. All right, so let's unpack how it's put together. So here I'm looking at the edit view for a show. This is like a podcast on ripple.fm. And this is the edit view, right? And then inside that view, I've got this little piece where I'm calling the show subnav. So inside the show subnav partial, that's where I actually manage, the set of links that go into the subnav. But, I have multiple areas of this app, and I have multiple areas that each have subnavs, and I don't want to kind of manage the layout and all this functionality in multiple places. So inside this subnav partial, which is specific to the shows area, like that part of my app, I'm then calling my global component, which is called subnav. So here, this is like a globalized component, if you will, that I can use anytime I need to place a subnav on a page or multiple pages. So it's basically a container, and then I've got a stimulus controller called subnav controller. That's right here. And then, so we've got like a header. That's this thing right there. And then we've got the set of links, and it yields the subnav link partial. So that's another component that will handle each one of these links. So inside that is where I can manage all of my Tailwind styling and whatnot. But basically what's happening in the stimulus controller is, first of all, we need to handle, drop down to mobile, we need to handle showing the current active item in this little div there. So I do that on the connect. Basically, I'm finding the active item from this set, and I've got like a special class on these that it's active if it is active, and then we grab that, and then we grab the text from that element, and then we drop that text into this special div up here. So that piece is here. That's like this little thing, which only shows on mobile, and then we hide it once we get up to the medium size. So that goes away, and then we only show the menu there. Then the other piece of the stimulus controller is the toggle. So very simple, just click it to toggle it, adding and removing the hidden class. So many of my stimulus controllers are just toggling a class, super simple. I'm also rotating the icon here, the little chevron, give it that detail. There you go. Pretty simple, and it's built into my app. So now anytime I have and so for example, like over here in the user profile, that's a totally separate area of the app, but that too has the subnav design, uh, layout here, and it works just as well over there. That's my subnav component.